Hello everyone, welcome to Shifting Gears, and in today's video I have with me yet another Bajaj Pulsar. This is the Pulsar N125 and prices start at Rs 94,707. Now I don't know how many Bajaj Pulsars are currently on sale or how many of them were on sale some time back, because I was in school when the Bajaj Pulsar brand came to life, and now I'm 35 years of age and the number of Pulsars, they just continue to grow. And this new Pulsar N125 has arrived because in the 125cc class now you have very strong competition from very sporty, very youthful, young, urban looking motorcycles such as the TVS Raider and the Hero Xtreme 125 as well. So this Pulsar N125 is going to directly rival those two products. But apart from that, Bajaj also has two more 125cc class Pulsars on sale. This is one, the Pulsar N125. Then you also have the Pulsar NS125, which is more sporty, more aggressive and very street fighterish in its design language. And then you also have the classic Bajaj Pulsar P125, which is also on sale. The brand says that there is a strong business case for each of these models to coexist, and because of that, now you have three 125cc class Pulsars here in the Indian market. Now looks are subjective. Do you like this Pulsar N125 or not? You let us know in the comments below. I think it looks distinct and it is what it is. It is a very funky looking motorcycle. Let us now start talking about the features of this bike. When you look at it from the front end, you will notice that there is no LED DRL over here, but you do get LED headlamps. And for that, you have to start the motorcycle. The headlamp activates only when the engine is running, and it looks quite nice. Likewise, just come up close to the rear end of this motorcycle. Let me show you the tail lamp unit. This also is an LED setup, typical of a Bajaj Pulsar. So you have those twin strips over here and easily identifiable as a Pulsar. But when you look at the turn indicators, these are bulb type, of course, because this bike is built to a cost. So you don't have LED turn indicators over here, and you don't even have hazard light functionality with this Pulsar N125. Now coming back to the front end of this motorcycle, you will notice that the headlamp has this very nice mask kind of a treatment, this bikini fairing. Over here you have this plastic. Good that this is not in gloss finish, because it could have gathered a lot of dust and also it would have shown signs of scratches very soon. This element is in gloss black where this number plate is mounted. Very nicely done, and it covers up all the cables for your speedometer cluster, so it looks very, very neat. The turn indicators are at a nice level down below the number plate, so they are also easily visible. And you will notice that this fairing over here, this side cowl, it doesn't completely close from below this main headlamp unit. Very decent looking. Lower down, you will notice that you have a plastic fender. You have some decals over here on this side fender, and the body color of course is seen over here. And you also have these aero ducts over here. I don't know how effective these are on a 125cc class motorcycle, because it is not going to gather that much speed, is it? Then you will also notice you have these fork covers which are rather chunky, but the fork diameter is less. It is small because this is a 125cc class motorcycle, but this tries to cover up those skinny pipes, so that is a nice design treatment, and this also looks quite neat. Then lower down you will notice you have contrast rim stripes on the alloy wheels, and these are going to match your body color. Of course, you can notice you have alloy wheels, you have a disc brake, but over here you do not get ABS, you only get combi brakes for safety. And this is the familiar MRF Nilo grip rubber tire. If you are buying the Bluetooth equipped top model of this Pulsar N125, the rear tire is going to be a bit wider. Then when you look at the fuel tank area, you will notice you have very sporty looking tank shrouds, tank extensions, Pulsar branding over here. This is plastic, and it really is very nicely done in terms of styling. This is a metal tank, however, and the tank, it will look and feel a bit small, doesn't it? But these tank extensions, they add that visual bulk to this motorcycle. Your fuel filler cap is also nicely done in a contrast color, And then over here you will notice you have a USB charging point. This tank, it mingles with the seat design quite nicely. The motorcycle is nice and slim in this section, so for you to stand and get your feet down, get both your feet down on either side, it is going to be easy because this bike is not too wide over here in the center. Lower down you will notice that the engine is in a all black finish, gloss black treatment over here. You do get these crash guards. I wish that this bolt was covered, this screw was covered, this Allen bolt, Allen whatever you would like to call it. This is plastic, and these side panels, everything is plastic, and it feels a bit light, a bit flimsy. Lower down you will notice that both the foot pegs for the rider and for the pillion, you get rubber tops, so that is going to reduce the vibrations that you feel. You have a rubber top on the brake lever as well, and you have this particular section which will prevent your foot from going closer to the engine. And in 2024 and 25 you are still going to get a Kickstarter, which I think customers expect and appreciate in this segment. And now lower down you will notice that this motorcycle comes with an underbelly exhaust. Just have a look at how tightly everything is packaged over here. This swing arm, this main stand, then this foot peg assembly, and then this little exhaust which has no silver accents or any fancy tips over here to make it look premium. It is what it is. Then you have your black painted swing arm, then you have this plastic cowl over here, and then you have this rear tire hugger which extends from over this swing arm. The rear tire also, as you can notice, you have that contrast rim stripe on the alloy wheels. And you will notice that here you only have a drum brake. You do not have a twin disc brake variant with this Bajaj Pulsar N125. If you look at the side profile overall, the chassis is completely blacked out. There is no additional paint that is on the mechanical bits of this bike. But then cosmetically there is a lot that is done. Over here you will notice that you have a split seat setup. The rider seat is rather long for a sporty looking split seat setup, and it comes up quite a bit, and this is very adventure motorcycle like, isn't it? But maybe some people would like to use this bike as a 3-seater, which is illegal, but then the seat is long enough to accommodate maybe those occasional rule breakers. This side panel, nice floating design over here as well, decals over here as well, and then over here you have the 125 branding, very nicely done. The pillion seat is also rather long. It is not very wide, but it is still reasonable in its size. And then you also have the Pulsar branding over here on the seat to add that premium touch. Then you will notice on this motorcycle you have this grab rail, silver finished, nothing fancy, very utilitarian, and it is chunky enough for anyone to grab onto it and feel safe and secure. Behind you will notice you have a conventional mud flap, so this is going to be very useful on a rainy day. And again, obviously you also have that tire hugger below, which is going to offer that extra bit of splash protection. Moving to this side, you will notice that with this Bajaj Pulsar N125 you have a sari guard which is mounted over here, but you also have an additional side step. So if you want to take the sari guard off, I think that is going to be possible separately, and you can still retain this side step. This is very important because a lot of people think that the sari guard is not very aesthetic looking, but this side step, it is very functional if you are riding with a pillion and if he or she wants that extra bit of comfort. So that feature I really like. That is a good design thought from Bajaj. And then over here on the left hand side you will notice that the gear shifter is a sporty toe shifter only. You do not get a heel and toe shifter with this Pulsar N125. And as you can notice, 1 down, 5 up, 4 up actually. So a 5-speed gearbox. So 1 is down, 2, 3, 4, 5 are up. This bike does not have a 6-speed unit. It doesn't even need it for the kind of application that it is built for and the speeds that it can do. Then over here, let us now speak about the handlebar and the speedometer cluster. So have a look at the switch cubes. The plastic quality is very, very good. I have been using this bike for 2 days now and everything is very well put together. These buttons are very easy to operate, and this button is to toggle the information on the speedometer cluster. Then on the right hand side you will notice you have your engine kill switch. your starter button, and then you have this button over here, which is for your idle start stop functionality. Now have a look at this speedometer cluster. It is a full digital unit and this is the Bluetooth enabled variant. So you have your fuel gauge, you have your speed readout, you have your trip setting, then you have your clock setting, you have your Bluetooth settings, and then you have instantaneous fuel economy displayed to you over here as well. The information is very easy to read, no problem to consume this data even on the go, even under top sun. Now let us speak about the rider's triangle. With this Pulsar N125, you have 198 millimeters of ground clearance and the seat height is 795 millimeters. My height is 5 feet 8 inches, and when I swing the leg, have a look at this, I have both my feet confidently and comfortably on the ground. So this is a very firm footing. So this is going to be very easy for me to manage. If your height is 5 feet 1, 5 feet 2 or anything above that, this bike is going to be easy to manage because it is not at all heavy. 125 kg of curb weight is fantastic. So this can be a very good beginner bike. This can be a very good option if this is going to be your first motorcycle ever in your life. So it is not intimidating at all, and it is quite stylish for a first bike, isn't it? When you look at the foot pegs, you have rear set foot pegs, not completely very aggressive rear set, but it does show you that sporty intent. Then over here in this knee section, you will notice that you have this, carved out section over here. So if you're riding this bike hard and fast, you can grab onto the bike and then lean into a corner. And then you can notice that for my height and my body type, I am seated quite upright. The handle is not very wide, but it is very comfortable. So because of this riding posture, you won't feel any pain on your wrist, elbow, shoulder, and not so much even on your back, because overall this is a very neutral stance with some sporty intent. So I think this is going to be a very comfortable bike for your daily commutes, and this will not be a challenge for anybody to learn and get used to. So now that you know all the basics about styling and overall rider's triangle, let us talk about how this bike performs. Powering this motorcycle is a brand new 124.58cc single cylinder air cooled motor which produces 12 PS of power at 8500 RPM and 11 Newton meters of torque at 6000 RPM, coupled to a 5-speed gearbox. With a power to weight ratio of 96 PS per ton, this bike wants to be the most fun in the segment. 80% of the peak torque is available from just 2500 RPM. So even though the N125 looks sporty, it is practical too. Bajaj claims a 0 to 60 sprint time of 6 seconds and a top speed of 97 km per hour. Mileage claim is roughly 60 kmpl, and we think that is a realistic number. So with a 9.5 litre fuel tank, you can easily ride this motorcycle all week and fill it up just once. And the 2-valve air-cooled setup of this motor has helped maintain the cost. The clutch action is very light, so this can be your ideal daily commuter without demanding too much effort. There is an idle start-stop function too, but it is not as seamless as we would have expected it to be. Overall, the Pulsar N125 is very easy to ride and very easy to manage. This can be your ideal first motorcycle or your daily ride to office or college. Seating posture is also not very sporty, so this can suit others in your family too, should you share it. Now this Pulsar N125 rides on a brand new chassis, which Bajaj claims offers the best weight to stiffness ratio. There are conventional telescopic front forks and a preload adjustable rear monoshock, both of which offer 125 mm of travel at either ends. The suspension setup and overall ride quality is more tuned for comfort and not outright sporty handling, and we appreciate that. For the purpose and customer set, this ride quality is ideal. I only wish that the rider seat was more comfortable than what it is right now. The shape and padding are a bit off to my liking. To flick around in traffic, the bike is effortless, so you can easily make way ahead. Coming to the tires, there was enough grip for all that we did, even high-speed runs and while cornering too. So for commuting duties or when going out on a long ride, you need not worry about road grip. The brakes are satisfactory too, but I really wish single-channel ABS was an option. While bringing the bike to the halt is no problem, I believe if any motorcycle can achieve a speedo indicated triple-digit, ABS has to be offered. Nevertheless, combi brakes are here for your rescue, and when you use the rear brake, you can actually see the front brake being applied too. So that is all that I want to share with you about this all-new Bajaj Pulsar N125. It is stylish, it is sporty, it is all new, and it might be the right bike for you should you want to buy it. If you have any other queries, ask us in the comments below and I will try my best to help you out. Till next time, subscribe to the Shifting Gears channel, press that bell icon, and always guys, ride safe.